We're back. We are back. We are back. We are back. I hope you come back to join me. This is the post-game show. After the completion and demolition job that the Reggae Boyz performed on Bermuda. I did promise to come back 8:30, but I did set it for 8:35, just to give myself a 5-minute window, which actually I needed really badly. So thanks for coming back to join me. The phone lines are open. I think there was a press conference afterwards, so maybe what I'll do is I'll play that. Let me just check to make sure people are coming back in the chat. As you come in, just hit the like button. And we have to come back, regroup, recalibrate, and start over. And if you hear that big bless up Juras, and if I hear it on the stream of Juras, you go from other people streaming the Juras. When I hear you at all, and we in a type, I mean, there with me. Juras, you're talking Judas today. Can't other people stream. But thanks for being here. Welcome you coming back. Or no, not coming back. Coming. I see some communication here from the JFF. Shamar Nicholson's score is 20th international goal for Jamaica. I think he was on 19. Bless up Flash. Jamaica has now won 5 World Cup qualifiers in a row in the same World Cup cycle for the first time since 1998 World Cup qualifiers. Ronaldo Sifa scored his 2nd goal for Jamaica. Casey Palmer scored his 2nd goal for Jamaica. And Damian Lowe scored his 4th goal for Jamaica. So those are the goal scorers and contributors tonight. Marty didn't break his duck, but he had opportunity to do so more than once. Bless up Tuffy, KP, bless up. All right, people, now come in. And people, the phone line open today. Check up Kieran, Chelsea, boss. Your team now we no Champions League. Then again, we shouldn't say that because we win the World Club Championship. So don't mind what I say about Chelsea people. If you're just coming, people, just hit the like button. Don't come in and don't hit the like button. Do not come in the chat, don't hit the like button. I am actually looking at the Honduras versus Antigua Barbuda, and it's Honduras scored not too long ago, and it's in the 72nd minute. So they're not beating up Antigua Barbuda. Trinidad 0-0 with Curacao. That's a tough game. That's a tough game. Draw is good, people. Draw is good. We hope they tie. Draw is good. Hit the like button, people. As you come into the chat, hit the like button. We have 29 people in the chat just coming in. I'm going to take my time until people come in and we can have a lot of conversation. I haven't even jotted down any notes. I'm just going to save how smart I am. I'm doing an impromptu conference to see how well I can do this. Normally I sit down and pontificate and think and then come and talk to you. But tonight I'm just going to wing it, as I say. Yeah, because my manager, Kieran, needs to go. Time. Man, I play like him afraid. If you spend $1 billion over the last number of years, then you shouldn't play afraid, right? You should play like you have sense. The pace is fast. Are they fast and foolish? They're playing in Trinidad. How can they be playing in Trinidad? Oh yeah, they're playing in Trinidad. That's right. Because if Curacao is holding them in Trinidad, that's good for Curacao. That's very good for Curacao. What channel is it on? Because I'm watching the Honduras game against I'm just trying to see. I'm watching the Honduras game against Antigua Barbuda. They're playing in Honduras, by the way. And they only have 1. So Antigua Barbuda is giving them a fight. I think Antigua Barbuda players down. Paramount, okay. Maybe I should try to switch to Paramount to bring it in on this channel. Yeah, well, you're probably right about that, actually. He has no ingenuity, so. But, hey, you can't tell that to my manager. Everybody in England think rice is the best thing since sliced bread. But we don't talk about rice tonight. We're talking about Reggae Boyz football. People, please hit the like button. Come on, man. You have to have big in the style. No time for me big. If me ask nice and big on the still not hit the like button. You come in, it says, did you hit the like button? And someone will just ignore it. Come on. So we would like to talk. The phone lines are open, people. Phone lines are open. I could say a lot, but I want to hear you tonight because I talk enough. I want to hear you and your perspective. It's 347-728-8625. It's on WhatsApp. You have to worry about if you're other parts of the world and worry about your phone bill. You use your data. Hopefully you have some data. 347-728-8625. Let me know your thoughts on the game that just got concluded where Jamaica demolished Bermuda by 4-0. A Jamaica side that are missing 10 players, 8 players who I think are regular starters. I say think because you never know the team going to get picked. But great outcome for Jamaica. Great come out for Jamaica. The SOFA score has Dexter as player of the match. You agree with? SOFA score has Dexter as player of the match, which is interesting. And he got a rating of 7.8. You know what? Instead of me just talking, I should show it. I'm trying to find it. It's not showing up. Buenos noches. I assume it's a Sinor. How you doing? Good night.
Buenos dias, mi compadre.
So you know it's
Buenas noches.
Why am I getting feedback? You have on your radio. How many people call?
Yeah, me have a meeting. Hold on. Yes, brethren, what you say?
You want to notice when you're Jamaican, as soon as you know when you get all happy, you know, and talk.
No, hold on. No, man, don't say that about me, because you know, I'm a fear, you know, big man.
You know, I said that bandwagon is all on a bandwagon is.
No, star, don't go on, so star. Don't go on, so me find the studio. Me find the studio there.
I'm bad enough. I don't know when. Nobody can talk to no. Nobody can talk to
man, just stop it. Just stop it.
People hear the man voice. So like him get Sunday dinner.
Oh, you mean? Because the youth play a good, one of the best game this, the man them play in a month now, you know?
Yeah, actually, it's probably one of the better World Cup qualifying games because in the last year plus, you know why? Because even though it's Bermuda, if you're going to say it's Bermuda, they came out of this zone. They came second in a zone that had Honduras, and they did well. But also what's important is that we didn't concede a goal, even though we gave some chances. And we had a lot of players out, and we still look good.
Okay, let me tell you my take on that. My youth, younger player, the competition was there in front of you.
Well, that is true too.
Because in your Bermuda, they beat you today. What would people say?
Yes, I mean you can only play in front of you. I would agree with that. Okay. That's a fact. That's a fact.
Forget about Bermuda make it up to this level. So guess what? If them get a beating, then get a beating. I hit that. The thing though, what may I tell you, and this is how me see. That calamari youth make a big difference in the game and how the ball roll. Because before what was happening months ago when the ball, but we don't really have no midfield. So forget about ticking the ball going up and all of that. The man who play kick the ball over the midfield and then the forward them get it. Well, the problem we were having with that before was when time the man them make the big kick up to the forward them. Nobody couldn't control the ball and do nothing with it.
Yeah.
This youth also, him control is impeccable. I see one ball come over one time and the man just goes so red and him down the one where he miss.
Yes.
And for the first touch him just bring down the ball, start like feather. But the one thing though him finish. But that will come still though. That's still young youth. Still,
I think he's a good finisher, you know. But the first one I think he relaxed. Because it was a tight angle, he relaxed. And the second one, he just needs to show some more composure.
No, well, hold on. Now, me see a thing with a goal in my ear. You want to chastise the man. I may tell you, say.
Which one?
I like the first touch on the goal. The only thing him never have on it is pace. And the goal is lucky because he likes the goal is just stretch and it's like him just did it. If him control the ball, him pass the ball like well. No, if him can, you see the thing though, where my mindset depend that when you're in the box like that, you have to kind of careful when it's packed like that and you want control because a man can just creep up on you behind you, push you or push him, put and block him. So the one touch is not bad, but him just need more pace, man. It is like him need more power.
Right.
You understand? And him never really get him body behind it. It's like a half touch. So it goes soft. So it get the goalie a chance to kind of save it. But nonetheless, though, it's a good try. He had a great outing. Love it. Love how the ball play. Cephas. Yo, them have to talk to the brother there, you know.
Yeah. In fact, it's funny. I got a text from a friend of mine in England who knows football. And he thinks Cephas is one of our best players.
It might be one of the best players to him. But to me, him good up until the point when him to release the ball.
Yeah.
Because they run on the man them most of the time, you know. But you know what the problem is? You ever hear a man say you get like happy-go-lucky, like your head gets swell. It's like you do something and then as soon as you do something good, so it's like you lose your head. I think that is Cephas. He make the good player, but what he does after he make the good player is where him a fall short. Because most of the time him beat him man, you know, on the run, you know, because him quicker than them. And him can hesitate them and then run around them. But after him beat the man, them know him get swell-headed and it's like him don't know what to do at that point.
Him too selfish, man.
Well, that too. That might be a thing too. Because a lot of time all him have to do is just ease off the ball. Just kick the ball across the field. Just kick it across.
Yeah.
Simple. You did your job. Now make somebody else pick up the baton and run with it.
Yeah.
You know that goal that him score, you know. And that's why I would kind of agree with you on the selfish thing, and it's a true talk. That was just a one-away thing. Him do on that, you know, like him say, yo, me not get the ball that to nobody, you know, I go salad the man, and I go dance round, and then I go so rare, and then cut back on my right, and then I go just kick the ball to goal. And the man wide open, you know, let me glad to feel it.
Yeah, Palmer standing there saying, why you give me the ball? But look, him score, so I'm not gonna beat him and him score. But if you do that, you have to score.
There you go. But if you never score, I say you time you know.
Yeah, I mean, if you not score, then the worst thing ever.
But no, all of that's the good. We did very good. You know, the defense was kind of a little bit, you know, here and there, here and scare. But the midfield, we really have to go fix the midfield thing because we can't always kick the ball over the midfield, and we need to control the game at some point in time where we can kick the ball, go up the field. And I didn't see in the midfield a good midfield player today. I never see it.
Well, I think there were spurts, right? Second half, Russell came in, did a few things. Hayden was decent, actually. Hayden was decent covering the back line, playing between Lowe and King. Hayden was decent. The problem we have is that Palmer and Russell weren't showing themselves enough. Palmer was working hard. Russell was non-existent in the first half. And then second half, Russell came in the game more. But you're right. I mean, for us to play the better teams and to do well, we have to control the middle of the park. Now, part of the problem we're having was...
Work, you know, when you have a team where we go play, you know, and the man them go work, you know, and the man them go run all over the place, you know. If we play that lax, you know, our midfield now really step up them player, we're going to get beat most of the time, you know, because I see Bermuda a lot of time, you know, pass the ball and run through a midfield, and there was nobody there.
And Trinidad did it in the Unity Cup too. Trinidad in the Unity Cup, so that's important, actually.
And by the time the man them for run come back from up the field, the front line for run come back. The man them already, I just through Bermuda couldn't put out well them get 1 and 2 try, but then couldn't put in the back of the net, and otherwise we're in trouble, you know.
Yeah.
Because them just pushed the ball right through the midfield and there was no resistance there at all.
So somebody here named Foreign Spider says Jamaica vibes, but I must be mistaken. We watched a game where one player missed 3 clear chances and he praised on him and chastised the guy that scored after taking the ball from midfield. What's your response to that?
Look here. Hold on. You see, let me tell you something in a Foreign Spider. I know so y'all listen because y'all type of the thing. There's a thing called the big picture. The big picture. You take out, I mean, your man call the man Bailey. I know so Bailey I'm first game, but please do not do that to the youth. The youth name Calamari. Call him Calamari, call him Calamari, call him anything but Bailey. Take that man out the game today, and it's a whole different ball game you see than what we played. Because he was the only man that was putting pressure on Bermuda and making the game simple for everybody else.
Yeah, that's a disappointing comment by Foreign Spider, and here is why. Because it doesn't mean if I make mistakes that I didn't do something well, right? If you look at all the attributes that a forward should exhibit and should have in their repertoire, and they execute against all of those, but he didn't finish, which I agree with, he should have finished. And the other person who turned the ball over all night, but scored a brilliant goal. And then you come in here and say, that we're all misplacing, not all, but the ones who believe that Kadamarti should be lauded at 21 years old or 20 years old, and Cephas was a very mature seasoned player, should make better decisions. It's your prerogative. It's your perspective. I disagree with it.
You know, so me like when time people talk decent, but me I get to you, you know. So me not talk decent, you know. Me say, the man the out on the left wing, and I'm going to tell you straight up, I know say you don't like Bailey, you know, but me really...
No, wait, back up. People. That's wrong narrative.
Okay, I'm sorry.
I don't have anything against any player. I call it like I see it.
I'm sorry, bro.
You see me not like Bailey. You can't see that, man.
I'm sorry.
People actually believe that, now, people.
More time. You know, like Bailey play more
yes, time. Exactly. Most times for Jamaica. Most times for Jamaica. Yes.
Me know say put Bailey on the left wing and replace Cephas with Bailey on the left wing, and we'll give them all a 12 love today. I
don't never give them 12 love. I'm not sure Bailey make. I don't look. I like Cephas when he's making good decisions, which then means it's not a lot.
May I ask you? You know, think say Bailey will have play a better left wing today than Cephas.
I don't know because he wasn't there. Look, you and I know. We watch Bailey play in a whole heap of game. No, I'm just not being biased. He goes missing in a lot of games. He falls down a lot. The Bailey that plays at Aston Villa 2 years ago is not the same Bailey we're seeing today. And even then, he wasn't good for Jamaica.
Every player change from year to year, man, because age and skill.
Yeah, but he not play good for Jamaica. Hey, me can't name one and how much give him play for Jamaica. He play about 30-something games now.
Look here, sometimes motivation is a ratty judge thing too, you know. Because you see when time, for example, me say my boy come on today and he was so motivated that the man, me say boy look like him afraid him go lose him work, you know. So the man come out and it's a ratty judge header. The man score.
It's a brilliant header. It's a brilliant header.
Man score. And I say, I read this man. There was a time when he was good, then he went bad, and it looked like say him a roll to become good again because it looked like say maybe him a watch the game and him see that youth come and him say ratty judge you know go on. You know?
No, I think being left out the last call up in the Gold Cup must have motivated him, but he also. Sometimes players are going through transition, you know. Didn't really have club, he changed from countries. We don't give enough allowance to players in their personal situation.
So motivation is a big thing. Whatever motivates you for play on the day that the game are played, it helps. Motivation is something. You see, to me, without a guy like Bailey where figure say, yo, you know something, I had a big star on the team, you know, and the team roll around me, and if me, you know, do this and me, you know, do that, then go feel everybody are depend on me. I'm not really motivated, him just a really like just a play ball. But you see, and them come now and better players than him are players where up to team standards start playing now. And them figure say, yo, them go show me up, you know. How much you have better Bailey go start play a different run of ball?
Me not think him up playing no different.
Yeah, man. Because the way he play for Jamaica, he can't go play so in Europe or Aston Villa or wherever else.
But Villa just send him out on loan because he's not been playing well. People don't seem to realize that. Villa play their team without wingers because they play not. Villa put on McGinn at wing.
Yeah.
They put on the other number 10 at wing. They put Ramsey at wing instead of playing him out there. That should tell you everything.
Just pick up some other youth and change up them team and them dynamics. I think the whole thing with Bailey, you know, was a go on from last season, you know, because at one time I think half time injury, never they get bench or something like that.
Yeah, no, he didn't have a good season. He just needs to. Look, I don't like to talk about Bailey because people then say I don't like him, so I don't like to talk about Bailey.
No,
the only Bailey I want to talk about is Kadamarti, whatever.
I know that he was on. He used to come in a sub role because after him injury, so he never really get that much game time and match time to match it.
See, I know what I talk about Bailey now. You were upset. I say, I don't want to talk people. I don't want to talk about Leon Bailey. I don't want to talk about the Bailey. No, I'm talking about Bailey. Because everybody think I don't like the player. Let's move on from the player. The player's not here. We want to talk about who is here.
We move on from him then. We move on from him, right?
Yeah.
But we talk about the player that is there, which is Cephas.
Okay.
I like the kid's speed, but as Yahweh say, I may agree with the 100%. This is not track and field. You can use your speed up to a point to beat a man, but after you pass the man, what you do with the ball is something else. That is where, for me, Cephas a fall short.
Yeah, you know something, Jamaica. He should be the most dangerous player on the field.
Should be.
Yeah, he should be.
Because one time I hear you make a comment, you know, say him should have been easy the guy on the lefty like when time and they get the ball. All them did have to do is just suck in the man, slow him down, and then
of course.
run around the man. but him never even have the football sense enough to even do that. So what him do was him kick the ball and then him try, and then I think didn't the ball go out of bounds?
You try to race the man from deep, right? I know you're faster than him. So what you're trying to do, he's 5-10 yards off you. You're trying to race him from deep. Versus, you know what? I slow him down so we both stop. You can't run. I'm faster than you. So if you both stop and we're going to start, you can't catch me. Right? You can't just take the ball and the man is going deeper and deeper and you're just trying to run past him.
A simple logic that big man, I can't disagree with you on that. Who was that number 21 you that were command team and play on the left? It come like some, I don't know if I do the same water in my Cephas was a drink, but him do the same thing like what Cephas do. You have the man beat and you can't do nothing. 2 man come down. Just kick the ball across the field, big man.
Yeah. What we saw tonight though is part of his education, I don't know, because if you notice, and I see this is great too, when those players get the ball, the first thing they do is look up. The first thing they do is look up and then they make decisions, right? And even when they're in the middle of dribbling, they're still looking. They're glancing at the ball. You're glancing continuously because a better play may be on than just dribbling. Yeah.
You have to surf here the field. You have to see where your man them there. Or what you do, if you don't want to see where the man them there, the man them tell you just put the ball in a space. Just kick the ball in a one space so you know so the man them supposed to there. Because the coach tell you every day, okay, on the cross, you go there, you go there. So even if you don't see the man there, it's supposed to already beat in your head that somebody is supposed to be in that spot or close by. So just put the ball into a spot and then let it fall wherever.
Now, if you notice how Dexter crossing is brilliant. People don't realize it, huh? Dexter is one of the better crossers on the team. I've watched Dexter for a while now.
The ball in a spot. The ball to a
in fact, the second goal, that cross was a brilliant cross that he made. Right? If you look at, even Cadamarti made a cross that he picked somebody at the far end in the 18 from way down on the touchline. Right? Which means I am looking for my teammate and I'm not just going to just dribble the ball as if I can't, it's like I watch Martinelli play football and like looking for change on the ground. You can't find the change. You keep looking for the change. That's how they dribble. You gotta play with your head up.
Yes, I 100% agree with that. But apart from all of that tonight, though, I don't know if it was the temperature because the world has been going through a serious heat wave.
Bermuda must be very hot. I'm very surprised some of the English-based players, no matter where they're from, did so well. Right? The Bermudan players were
the referee never see it and say, something, hydration break.
I don't know if it's a hydration break or the keeper was hurt. Which one was it?
The keeper was hurt. He never had a hydration break.
Yeah, the keeper, the Bermuda keeper looked like he was done for a while. They're trying to stretch him out.
And the ref was supposed to see these things and ask them, hold on, the man has sweat too much, and say, something, hydration break. Everybody go take a little break, 2 minutes, drink something, and then come out back and make a play again. He didn't even do that, but whatever. These CONCACAF ref, them, as me and you know, them kind of lacking because sometimes I see them forget yellow card and then I forget yellow card. And I see the man that go through the middle and the man kick him down. The man never ever go for the ball. And the man kick down.
But they didn't give Hayden a yellow from tackling from behind, which wasn't the worst tackle on that tackle. Yeah.
But it was overall good game. Good showing for the first game. Number of things. The 4 goal is big because say goal difference means a lot.
Yeah.
You understand? So you want kind of make a good showing. So the 4 love, great, clean sheet, excellent. We sure so we have a good forward line or the makings of a good forward line. The midfield, one to the youth there was a talk about what they play at England. How come them never bring on the midfield youth there?
Which one?
The one where they play at England, man. When time we got the Unity Cup game, what's his name? I forget his name. Right?
There's a midfielder we didn't bring on at Unity Cup. We had Palmer, Russell, Hayden. Then they brought it K-Roy. No, there's not a midfielder there because we have Lambert and Anglin. We don't have a midfielder.
And what the midfielder, young guy from England, where they supposed to sign up and he was supposed to come on, man. You talk about him tonight. I just say better than enough people.
You talk about Johnson? No, Johnson wasn't there.
No, man. Anyway, one day when they come back to I age,
we are in the same boat in terms of the age affects the memory. Someone said Brandon Cover. I don't think it was Brandon Cover though. You're not that Brandon Cover. Brandon Cover right back midfielder.
No, man. I kind of hype up to with the win. So my
brain
like a natural high, so my brain can't really focus. But it will come to me when one for calm down.
All right.
We takes it out.
All right,
But
man.
yeah, man. But the midfield, I think we need to like solidify the midfield a little bit more. The defense is the goalie never homeboy hurt. So of
But
course
he had a couple of
set
shots, you know. He had a couple, we gave up some chances, you know. Bermuda didn't take them. We gave up a couple of chances.
Yeah.
Couple easy chances too. They weren't the hardest chances. So
the goalie come out like say more hands the ball out on the field when time 2 man already they are cover. And it's like
yeah, I don't know. I don't know what that was about. I don't know what that was about. I don't know.
And you want to kick down the man them back turn and the way you're going like you want to hurt your own players, them like, yo, for real.
Yeah.
But anyway,
man.
Win.
Yeah, man.
But we need better. Another thing, I'm looking at the Trinidad game. I see already in them stadium. Boy, me I tell us the national stadium need to ramp up and get the youth them some energy.
Work up time now. Work up time now. People hype, you know.
Yeah, they might hype, but some go bad, so they don't have no money, you know, and then election time go on to, so you don't know if everybody have their own little thing go on, but they need to show up to support the boy them still doing.
I totally agree with that. I don't see how we don't go to the stadium to support the team after this big win too.
Yeah, and a Trini are coming at town too. Come on, yo, we need to show up. So anyway, go and take some more call and
man, bless up.
Brother.
All right, bless. Thanks for the call. Appreciate it.
Yeah, man.
All right, people, I'm going to play it. I think the press conference was on, let me see if we can put it up. It's the press conference, people. I'm going to play it.
Well, members of the media, thank you for being here this evening. We're joined with the head coach of the Jamaica senior men's national team, Coach Steve McClaren. You may now pose your questions to Coach McClaren on relation to this evening's encounter.
Congratulations. You have to be pleased with the outcome of tonight's match.
Yeah, absolutely. This was what we call a tricky game. Difficult. It started that way. Got to score the first goal. We did that. Settled us down a little bit, but credit to Bermuda. They kept playing football and kept creating little opportunities, which we had to defend very well, and which we did. We had the individual quality, just got us the goals. Very professional performance. I talked about a clean sheet. We got that. And we move on. So that's what we said. Come here, take the 3 points, go home. Tough game again on Tuesday.
Yes, from me, coach. You said to us just the other day that you were coming here.
It's hard to hear people.
Yeah, absolutely. I've watched many games from Bermuda, and I said to the players, and they took it on board. He says it's not going to be an easy game. People come in here. We're very fortunate the field was perfect condition for football and they could that. And we kind of took our opportunities and chances with the quality that we had. We could have been better on the ball. We could have used the ball better. We could have kept it better. So 46% possession. But on transitions, we created about 19, I think, chances, 7 on target, could have scored more. So impressed with some of the new players coming in and all the players who have had caps before them coming. So it's great to see, the likes of Shamar getting a good goal, Damien Lowe coming in. He's not played much football, only lasted an hour, but got the goal, all important. And credit to delivery and set pieces, which we said from the beginning would be very important.
And I think your country showed so much pace and was really dangerous. Had a march in the middle, which was really good. Was that an area of weakness for the media trying to focus on the pace at the back?
Yeah, that's right. We try and do that with every opponent. And it's very difficult to defend against with the speed. And, we could and easily could have had more goals. But we've got to be satisfied with 4. Very professional performance. Job done. Let's recover, get back to Jamaica and prepare for Tuesday.
Coach, you mentioned some of the senior guys like Shamar Nichols and Damien Lowe, who obviously came in and scored a goal in the last 10 minutes of the game. However, speak on their leadership this week as far as getting the new guys in and getting accommodated to the whole team. How important was the leadership this past week?
It was the most important. I think we had a great message from Andre Blake before the game, which really it summed up what we had to do tonight. Damien Lowe always provides that. He's a leader. He's aggressive. He wants to win. And we had other people as well, and I think it was important that that Shamar came in and got his goal. And, you know, with the likes of Mikel Antonio, who we brought, you know, that leadership during the week, conversations he's had with the strikers, you know, it helps everybody, because that was a very young squad that we had. And like I said, I think the future is bright for Jamaican football. And, you know, the likes of Tyrese Campbell, Kahim, Webster coming on, you know, K-Roy. But the old heads were the key to the win. The likes of Damien, the likes of even Richard King was really growing in stature. Looked immense. Isaac Hayden was very good. Casey got his goal. And as you say, the front three in transitions were very quick, nose dangerous.
Thanks, Coach.
Any further questions? Thank you very much, everybody.
Thank you.
I always listen intently and carefully to what coaches say about certain things. When they start naming out players, you're thinking about the ones that he didn't name out, which I find interesting. But good conversation. He looks happy. Seems like he spent a lot of time studying the opponent. He knew what their strengths and weaknesses are. Seems like we had a strategy in the first half to go deep over the top on the left-hand side of their defense to get Kadamatera behind. I'm always messing up the kid's name. I'm going to call him Bailey. No, you know what? I'm going to call him Kadamarti going forward. I call him no Bailey. Since that people think that I hate a certain player. But I'm very pleased with the outcome. I'm pleased with the performance. As a coach, we could have scored more goals. But I am pleased overall, but we can't just get complacent or not call out certain things that we don't like and only focus on the strength that we do like. And what do I mean by that? So if we think about the game in its totality, I thought overall the defense and the forwards played well enough. The midfield is a challenge. I think Hayden did what Hayden normally does. But, you notice you mentioned that Palmer got his goal. He didn't say Palmer played well. He didn't mention Russell at all. There's a reason for that when coaches think about those things. You notice he mentioned we need to keep the ball better. When you talk about keeping the ball, that's normally a midfield. Midfield is the linkage between your defense and your forwards, both offensively and defensively. And we have talked about the midfield ad nauseum forever. I think Hayden does a really good job. But the other two midfield, Russell was missing in the first half, got better in the second half. Palmer works really hard in the first half, but getting the ball and using the ball just wasn't there. That cannot be the case. We have to change. Twain says, note when the fields are good, Jamaica plays better. Well, Bermuda only has about 68,000 population. And if they can have a good field, a small stadium, why can't we have a good field? Right? Why can't we have a good field? I don't understand that. I don't understand that. We are 40-something times the size of Bermuda? We need to have a good field. And if you quote the diaspora as a bigger number, well, look, we have been told the stadium is going to get refurbished eventually. And it's going to be a much better place, can hold more events. So let's see what happens. But right now, the field is not a support. Because you got to think about it. Most players who play for Jamaica now play outside Jamaica. And even the players in Jamaica will struggle on the bumpy field, much less those who play outside Jamaica. So, well, Ricardo says, one issue that I had stuck out is losing our shape. I think let's go back and analyze the game, right? We started playing what I call transition football or counter-attacking football. Here the coach says we had 47% possession. I haven't gone through the stats yet, but that's not good against Bermuda. We can't be out-possessed by Bermuda. That's not good. Now, we were effective on the counter, and we had a lot of joy from the right side of the field between Lambakisa, between Campbell, and Kadamarti. But it's important that it's a more balanced approach when we play, and it's important that we pass the ball to the middle of the park or we try to retain the ball. We struggle for the entire last 2 years, even longer, in our ability to keep the ball in the middle of the park, for the midfielders to present themselves to get the ball and to utilize the ball. That can't be good. People, if you come in, please hit the like button. That cannot be good. So if we take a step back and just think about the game and break it down, I thought Jamali Wade did a good job. Right? A couple shots take to him, one a very difficult shot, which he saved. Somebody's trying to call me from afar. Try again, please. Your number got cut off. I'm not sure where this is from. Where is this from? This is outside the US. And it has I won't say whose face is on here. I won't say. Wherever you are, you can call back. That's interesting. But I thought Jamali Wade did well. So if let's talk structure, strategy. We can then talk about each line of the team, the goalkeeper, defense, midfield, forward, and the overall game. Look, since this coach has been here, he say he plays possession football. Is it him or the team? Because we really don't play possession football as well as we should. I think we try sometime. It's just not there. And it's not just the midfield, by the way. Because some people will say, well, the midfield doesn't hold the ball, don't do this. And sometimes they try to move the ball and they lose it, especially Palmer. He lost about 3 or 4 times trying to beat people. I think Russell does a better job of doing that, giving his long legs and he can stretch and go by people. But the challenge you run into is King and Low likes to go long. They go long. But when they go long, they're not always accurate. So when Pinnock goes long, go look at Pinnock's stats. Most times he's hitting the target. Low and King goes long quite a bit, but a lot of times they may not be. King is better at going long than Low. What Low does is cover off every other area fairly decently. But in terms of strategically, I don't know what the coach, it looked like he wants to play position football. So offensively, it looked like we want to play through the lines, but we're not doing that. We're going long. It looked like to me it was strategic in the first half. They must have seen something on the films to go on the left side, over the top, trying to find Campbell, trying to find Kanamati, more like Kanamati running the channel down to the right, and then try to get support in the middle when he goes forward, which is interesting. But in terms of moving the ball, but sometimes the players are the ones who create the problem. Like if you're trying to play with Cephas and play position football, it ain't happening. He gets the ball, he stops it. Or he gets the ball and just run to the goal. Good night. Good night.
Good night, Kranky. Big up yourself, man.
Who am I speaking to?
Yeah.
Who am I speaking to?
Man, this is Dusty.
Dusty. Where are you calling from, Dusty? It's a funny number.
Belgium.
Okay, that makes sense. They have more than one. I thought only JD live in Belgium. Dusty, welcome. Thanks for calling. Kind of late, Dusty. Dusty at 2 o'clock in the morning. Dusty at 3 o'clock. At 3 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah, well, you know, Jamaica place, so we up, you know, we keep up, you know, and we are listening to your program, man, you know.
Well, I appreciate it. I didn't know I had people in Belgium listening. Seriously.
Yeah, man, we listen to your program every time, man. I listen to your program every time, man.
I appreciate the support. I appreciate the support, Dusty. So what you have to say?
Yeah.
What you have to say?
Well, the team, this is what I was expected from the team. I never expect, what should I say? This is what I expect from this, the unit that they're gonna play today.
Okay.
I see some improvement though with even Dixon. Dixon coming in more in the midfield and closing down on player. Yeah. King have a good game to me. This is what I expect, Kranky, you know, from the team. This is what I expected from the team.
Okay.
This is what I expected from the team. This is Bermuda.
Right.
This is Bermuda. So the team played reasonably well. This guy Bailey what's his name?
Bailey Kadamarti, yeah.
Yeah, have a few good chances where he missed.
What you thought about this overall game?
I think he's running in position. He's running in position. I'll give him like a 5.
You give him a 5?
Yeah, he should have scored.
Why a 5? Why a 5? So if you break down his game, yeah, go ahead.
He got 3 clear chance. Not clear chance, but you know.
He had two sitters and 1 half chance. Well, sort of.
He should have scored 1.
Well, the one with open goal is more than a chance. It's yeah, he created it though. I mean, it wasn't like somebody created for him, right? He created it. That was a brilliant take on his half part, beating the defense, running by the defender, taking the ball down, going around running the keeper. You just got to put it away. So It comes.
McClaren under pressure again because Nicholson scored.
Yeah, and he scored a very good goal actually, but he hasn't played well, and he didn't deserve his call up before. I think he's getting better, and he got a good call up. He scored a lot of goals for Jamaica, right? This is 28 goal in about 50 something games or something around there. So he's 1 in 3 striker. That's not bad for international player.
But Nicholson always turn up for Jamaica, you know. Even if you have 5 match, in 3 match he performed good, and the next 2 match, you know.
Well, I mean, I thought when he played in the Copa last year, he was very, very poor. So it looked like he wasn't in shape, wasn't fit. He comes on, he was running around a lot. Because, motivation help you a lot of time in football. If you're not playing well, you're not getting called up. You want to make sure you keep your place. So good to see him score. Glad he scored, and both with him going forward.
Kranky, what about this guy? This guy, I think he played the last 2 years ago. Daniel Johnson.
Yeah, he's playing in Turkey. There's a lot of call for Daniel to be in the team. A lot of call from a lot of people who watch the Turkish league. I don't. And he's playing well. I think somebody say he made the Turkish team of the week, maybe last week or whatever it was. And it's a good league, right? A lot of top players are going to the Turkish league now. So there's a view that he should be part of consideration. I think there have been some historical issue with Daniel Johnson. I don't know what they are, but I've heard rumors. And sometimes you're like Ravel. I'm not sure. I'm not saying Daniel is like Ravel. Ravel is a different animal, but I think there's some issues there. And also, people got to understand this. The coach will only call who the coach knows. So anybody else outside the coach purview that he knows, and he doesn't know a lot of players, let's be honest, it's left up to Miran Gordon and the coaching staff. So if Miran doesn't call you, if you are locally born or locally known, if you're not in the English league, he doesn't know you. Period. He doesn't know you. I don't care what he says. Unless you're coming to the team like a Shamar does or Cephas does, he doesn't know you. They get called by others. So people should ask Miran why he doesn't call them. But Miran calls him.
Should give Daniel Johnson. Daniel Johnson play the first set of match when Al Grimson was coaching the team.
But even Al Grimson wasn't calling him as much, right?
That's true.
Somehow he lost his way along. Somewhere along the way, something, I don't know what happened, if his game didn't fit what they were trying to do. But I remember watching him in Florida. When was it? When we had COVID. Decent player. Comfortable on the ball. Decent player when he was playing with Speedy. But yeah, I don't know why he's not called. There's a lot of questions about him. Him and Ravel are probably the two most. Then you may have the Modesses of the world in the background because they're young. But his not getting called, Ravel not getting called. Those are the two names you hear a lot. People then mention a Norman Campbell or other players. But I mean, they mention Flemo in the background. But I think those two midfielders, given our midfield challenges, those two are the ones where there's continuous questions as to why they're not considered.
For me, I like Ravel Morrison very much and his style of play for Confa Cup. But it's easier, we can move on.
Yeah, there are a lot of people who like Ravel, and Ravel is what, early 30s, and I think Ravel time has expired.
That's expired,
Not that I don't like Ravel, by the way, people get this right. I think Ravel should be in the team, to be honest, but I don't think they're gonna call him again. When I had some conversations with certain people, I get the sense they're not considering Ravel. They've moved on from Ravel.
Thinking about the age, Kranky. 32.
About that.
If we can move on, Kranky, believe me, if we don't need Ravel,
Yeah, I think they need Ravel, but I do think that they're not. Ravel does normally consistently have a club. Ravel has the ability, but people are saying, well, he's not fit. He's doing bottom. I hear so much excuse for certain people in positions who, it was funny when I was in St. Louis, and Ravel, they had flown Ravel all the way from Middle East. I don't know who called Ravel. They spent a lot of money to bring him. Because the coach requested him, and the coach didn't play in 1 minute. And they were dying for someone in the middle of the park to control the game. Because they were getting slaughtered by the US. They couldn't hold the ball. That's the thing that Ravel does. Ravel doesn't get dispossessed. You watch Ravel play football, he doesn't get dispossessed. Even if he's have the energy and the athleticism, he doesn't get dispossessed. You see anybody taking the ball from Ravel? It doesn't happen.
That's true.
People don't seem to realize that. He doesn't lose the ball. Right? Seems like Trinidad drew with Curacao. Great result for Curacao, not good result for Trinidad. Great result for Jamaica. We want them to draw. Because you draw is 2 points, you're losing them.
Curacao draw their match?
with Trinidad it appears. Well, our 0-0. I don't know if the game is not finished. I don't think. Let me just check.
Well,
Somebody put it on the board. Let me just check.
To be drawn also.
No, the game is 0-0 at 56 minutes. The game is still on.
That's good. That's good.
But you may have an outcome still, right? Game started at 8, so they have a lot of time left.
I want to think about Jamaica Trinidad match next week.
It's gonna be our most difficult game until we play Curacao because we're not at full strength, even though this team is decent. A lot of these players would start anyway. If we look at this team, Jamal Waite wouldn't start. Lembakita probably start. Lowe probably start. If Pinnock is here, King is not starting. Greg Lee's not starting. Same midfield may start, frankly. I think Bobby Reed would replace like a Palmer. And then up front, would Katamarti start? I don't know. Bailey probably start. Gray start. Katamarti probably maybe not start. They probably just started Cephas and play somebody else through the middle. I think Katamarti is proven.
Bailey,
yeah.
Katamarti,
yeah.
He's gonna give these Confa Cup team problem, believe me.
No, he's a very physically well-built specimen who has ability, which is you want that good combination. So I would hope that he gets more. Look, he's capped, so he can't play for England again. He's over 21. I think he's over 21. I gotta check his age because can't just say he can't play for England again when he may be if he's not 21, but because you get 3 versus 1. But anyway, he's playing for Jamaica now. He probably played 3 games in this period. So I think he's a really good player. I was telling people that he went through a lot of trouble to get his Jamaican citizenship. And there were some people coming on YouTube talking about they shouldn't bring him. He's 20 actually. He born 2000. So he just turned 20 in May. So he has a chance to still not play for Jamaica, frankly.
So the future looks bright and Kranky.
Yes. At 20 years old, with a player with that ability who can only get better, it does look. It looks bright from that sense. It looks bright from that sense, right? There are other aspects of this, which is the JFF. That's all I'll say about that.
Well,
we may have players coming with pedigree, but will the JFF do the right thing? That's the question.
Well, one thing I say in a Kranky, and I'm a old pedigree. You see my picture on my thing, so you know I'm a old schooler.
Yeah, I notice who you have anything now.
Okay, so you know I'm a man from the 60s to the 70s.
Yeah,
you know,
I hear.
I watched Jamaica qualify for the first World Cup. That was the first one they go to France. But what run over most of our head is the money that they get. And I'm watching this money that they get to build. Because we need the future to build, you know.
Well, if we get to the World Cup, it's like 12 million off the bat. So, yeah, if we get there.
Watching the money.
If we get there.
Watching them. And I'm watching the stadium money also to develop the stadium.
But that's from the government. That's not JFF. That's the government.
Yeah.
That's the government. So let's hope the government actually execute on them. Then we're not getting that, so.
Because once you put in good infrastructure, you know, and spend money, you know, well, it will attract players. Like even Morocco, they attract players overseas.
Well, Morocco has a recruiting strategy. Jamaica doesn't. Morocco goes out and recruit players. They go out. They have a strategy about recruiting players. They're tracking them for years. They try to pursue them, and those people have sort of allegiance. There's more connectivity to the homeland. People gotta understand, you know, it's much more challenging for somebody in England to have the connection with Jamaica. They may have it through the food and appearance, but not in terms of link with the country. Versus somebody in the US, was 3.5 hour flight away. Same thing with Morocco and people in the UK, as you would know. It's much closer, right? It ain't gonna take 8-9 hours, a lot of money to go fly to those countries. Like here, if you're coming from England, Jamaica, it's like 9-10 hours. People like Antonio did it, but a lot of people going to England don't come back to Jamaica.
I know they face that problem with Morocco and Albania, Kosovo. They're facing that problem also. Turkey.
Yeah.
Long time they're complaining, player playing for Germany for them, and you know they're facing that problem, recruiting problem too.
Yeah, but I do think if you have a recruiting strategy, you have a better chance to get a player than if you have no strategy. So
even when Jamaican people talking about overseas player, that's where football is now.
Yeah, well, look, everybody's trying to. As we always say, there's a war for talent. So it's not just football alone. People want the best people to play for them, to engage with them, so they can obviously win and generate money and be viewed a certain way. If you look at the English Premier League, for example, only 25% of players in the English Premier League are English. 25% are British players. I should say 25%. 25. That means 75% of players don't come from there, because the money is a lot. So people are not going to spend time saying I only want English players when people are not going to watch the league. So people gotta understand that people want the best, and these players who play for Jamaica, they're Jamaican citizens, right? They're not like they're Jamaican citizens. You can only play if you're a citizen. So if you're gonna be a heritage person, as the coach called them, and you go and get your papers, then you should be granted all rights of citizenship. JFF doesn't think that way, but that should be the case. But look, I am happy with the win. It's a good win. How long you been in Belgium?
Well, about 16 years.
So you're Belgian, then, man. that's a long time. So which part of Belgium they can speak about 3 languages, no?
Yeah, they have 3 languages. So yeah, I'm in Antwerp, the Flemish area.
Oh, you're in Flemish. Okay.
The Flemish area. Maybe JD in the Wallonie.
Right. When I was in Europe, I didn't go to Belgium. Actually, I didn't visit Belgium. I should have done more of those. Yeah.
Safe and friendly. European standard when you reach Belgium, Germany.
Yep. Definitely. But I appreciate the cost. Especially since you're up till 3:39 morning. 10 times more appreciate it.
Yeah, man. I always tune in and listen to your program.
I appreciate you listening. I appreciate
you.
Yeah,
I love how you analyze and break down things,
Yeah, man, I appreciate that.
Yeah.
Respect.
Yourself, Kranky.
Yeah, man. Thanks for calling. Respect. You take out a picture there. Take out a picture. It's time to take out a picture.
My boss, I'm a boss,
I boss that. All right, I hear
yeah, man. The man, I'm shaking, man. I'm a little youth, man. Family lineage,
Okay. I hear
yeah, man. The man, the whole man, a baby, we have photo and thing.
Yeah, all right. A good thing that then. A good thing. I hear you.
Yeah.
Respect.
Right.
Yeah, man. Bless up.
Yeah,
man. Bless up. All right, people. That was good. Belgium. I ain't know people in Belgium listen to me. When I look at my stats, I don't see well, it's not a lot of people in Belgium that probably Jamaicans, but I appreciate the call, people. So we were talking about the game and also talking about the different components, and somebody complained that we win 4-0 and we're criticizing. I always find that interesting, actually. You could win 20-0 and still criticize. There are a lot of factors that drive that. Did you play well to win 20-0? Who are your opponents? What do you need to do in terms of your situation? It's not criticism, it's observations about what transpired in the game. If you just come and just laud people about how well you did and not talking about the things you don't do well, that's not a fair analysis, right? If we just go back to the team, Jamal Wade does what Jamal Wade does. I don't think Jamal Wade has bad games for Jamaica. Had a difficult shot that he saved, and another difficult play when he came out and for a ball that he shouldn't have come for, because 2 defenders against 1 forward. But he's good with his feet. He's much better than Blake with his feet. And he always does a decent job. Always. It's tough he's behind Blake, because we can't really see all his attributes. But I think he does go out there and do his best and try to contribute. And he does that every time I see him play. I don't think he's had a bad game for Jamaica when I see him play. Doesn't get a lot of chances. Given Blake is, it's hard when a keeper is behind another keeper unless you have a lot of games and friendly games, which we don't have. And he's playing also in the USL, so it makes it a little bit tougher. But I like Jamal Wade, especially with his feet. If we go to the players, and we're going to go left to right. Greg Lee had a decent game. He overlapped a lot. We had a very unbalanced setup offensively. Okay, I'll take this. Good night.
Good evening.
Bless up. Who am I speaking to?
Odell.
Yeah, Odell.
Yeah. Call to give just my quick review on what I'm saying.
Okay.
So basically, we see. All right. So I'm watching the Jamaica, the Trinidad Curacao match here. So first, none of them have midfielders either, right? Curacao is not. So we're not worried about that. Curacao is not a team who score a lot of goals neither, right? They may score one and so every other game, but they're not a big goal scoring team. Trinidad have two players where you have to watch out, Sealy and when you Garcia, I forget his name.
Right.
Levi Garcia. So we can't hold them team, but here are the problem with Jamaica after I'm watching the games and we keep on a seat over and over. With playing King and Low now down there, so these are the problem, right? King are gonna make your defense shaky because he's a horrible defender. He's a defender who cannot defend. But if you start, we'll get out there, you look more, the team look more relaxed with Ulgate there, right? But it's like him and Low kind of play similar. So them, it's like putting two of them out there. They're a two wild man. So it's like them a try balance it a thing. So I don't know how that's gonna work.
But you like to play with one player who's composed and one who's more aggressive, right? That's why Low and Pinnock will work, and that's why you see a King may work with Low because King's a much more composed player, and Low is very. Yeah, the coach you mentioned it. Low is very aggressive. But if you play Holgate and Low, both of them. Entirely, I'm not gonna call them single red card because then Low tell me say, "Boy, how much red card you get for Jamaica? About 4 already, and play over 70 caps." So you might beat me with that. But don't say this. I mean, as I said, Low always fill up the stat sheet, right? If you look at Low's game, how much clearance and headers and this, and he scored tonight. So he's gonna play because he was the captain for the team. Question: who played beside him? Is it King or is it Holgate? Yeah.
Holgate. And so I think them always gonna put King against Trinidad, and it's gonna be you go hold your breath because King will do some. You understand? Yeah. And I think Low always try cover for him or something, and he leave them exposed when they do that. And I think that's why we saw Hayden had to drop back this game because Hayden probably saw that this now work, you know. And also Karai, him actually played the midfield. As a bet, he plays a better midfield role than Russell, but the difference is Russell score goals.
Yeah.
You know?
And Russell also, if you look second half, Russell was carrying the ball more second half. You notice that? He was going by people. Like Palmer tried to go by people, but it wasn't really working. Russell can go by people, but he was lost. He was lost in the first half.
He was lost. Yes, he was lost in the first half. Second half, he played better, but overall, still I feel like the thing with Karai is with him actually play kind of like a box to box, like he move up and Russell. I think Russell is looking to just attack more, you know.
I don't know what Russell defensively to me. If you look in the first half of the game with the defense offensively, he just wasn't there. He just wasn't. Exactly. I don't know because we played it, but the coach needs to figure out what he wants to do. We go long so much, then if a midfielder, you're just like, why am I on the field? And then when you try to go short, people not present themselves to get the ball. So it's interesting.
So that's what I say to the same thing. And I say that's a weird the confusion there because it's like you don't know. It's like and both Russell and Palmer, it's like they're not even coming back to the midfield to Hayden or King them pass them the ball. They're just the coach. And if that's the strategy with the long ball thing and the coach not really try to fix it because we see them do it and the coach now try make an adjustment and say, all right, don't do it anymore. So he's okay with that strategy, the long ball.
Well, it worked a bit in the first half, trying to go along to Kadamarti, who's big, strong, athletic, and is running the channels. So they're playing the ball over the left back head, and he was getting to the ball, right? That's how he got the first chance he got when he made that brilliant control. But you can't keep going long because you're just going to turn the ball over and the opponent is going to have a lot of possession. The coach said, I didn't look at the stats, we had 47% possession. That shouldn't happen against Bermuda.
Yeah, 46 actually, 46.
We shouldn't have 46 against Bermuda.
Exactly. So that's what I'm saying to you. Say is like those are the big issues then there because the issue is that when you have 46%, you know that time, you have no midfield.
Yeah, part of it also is that we were pressing, but not playing up at the halfway line, right? So you can't press with Low and King just over the 18 and you have your forward chasing somebody in their 18. That makes no sense. Yeah.
And I thought them have got carried by Tuesday. Quick, because there's like we said, the only good thing is that Trinidad is not no midfield specialist we have to worry about, though. You know what I mean? That's the only thing. Trinidad like to attack on the wing just like Jamaica. So we kind of play very similar. So that's the only benefit I think Jamaica can have.
Well, if that's the case, then CFAS doesn't help as much as CFAS does. Oh my God, type defense. Campbell goes back. CFAS does. The man's behind me if I run back. Right, it's not ingrained in him to be a player who covers defensively when he's out of possession. Right, that's different for Campbell because when you play in the UK, that's what you do. As you can't, you're gonna get no game. So let's hope that against Trinidad. Look, CFA's gonna start against Trinidad. The question is,
he's gonna start.
The question is, will he make good decisions? Which we all are hoping that he does, because I think there's something there that he has, which is something you can't teach. Right? You can't teach speed, and you can't teach the ability to go by somebody, but you have to make better decisions.
Yeah, but one I think with CFAS, I'm learn to accept. In every game, he make 15 runs, right?
Right.
2 of them somehow find a way to work really good at create positions. So you have to live with the good. It's like you live with the good and the bad. You know what I mean?
Yeah. No, I hear you. I hear you. No. Look,
it's just frustrating to watch doing it. Frustrating because he's gonna do a lot of bonehead mistakes where you're gonna be like, come on, But he's going to end up either cross one over perfectly or go some mistake and him score or something. He's bound to do that.
Look, he scored a very good goal tonight, right? To take the ball from the halfway line and go put the ball in there, that's not something done every day. No, especially in today's football, you don't really see that as much anymore, right? You see that in the olden days. You don't see that anymore. People play more possession football, and it's difficult to do because people are going to take you down or they're going to cover really well. But at the same time, there are times in the game where the ball should be played to his teammate, and he just ignores him.
Yeah, but for some reason, fans love CFAS. I think either love him or hate him. I'm one of them where we can't really stand for watching, but he do some good moves once in a while.
Yeah.
But it's a love-hate thing with him, though. So it's like, I thought you have to do, the coach like him. Coach seems to just love CFAS. So
it's not the coach alone. There are a lot of people. I told you my friend just texted me from England. He thinks CFAS is... Yeah. Look, people going to like people who can go by people and create mayhem, right? Because it's not the norm nowadays in a lot of football. A lot of people don't create mayhem. He can create mayhem on both sides. Yeah. Create mayhem for his team and mayhem for the opponent.
Yeah, and he did, and that's what I'm saying. He actually, and me when I like call the footballer the name, but I tell you, whenever he's not playing, the team actually plays better. And listen, people, I don't know, me can't stand it. Like when we see him out there, I just know I'm going to pull back the ball and try to show off. And people, I don't know why people want him in the team. I think with Campbell actually switch wings so they make the perfect passes. Like, you just wait till him come back in once the next period and this ball come back. Right. You're going to see people going to want him start. And we just can't stand to see it. Gray, I have a problem with Gray. Gray actually play good, but really, I don't want to see him back in the starting line.
It's gonna get tough. I think some players on the outskirts are gonna come into the team, right? I think if Whisper continues trajectory, he's gonna come into this team at some point, right? Those players are differentiators, and Whisper is an overall better player than CFAS, but CFAS has more extraordinary sort of quality given his speed to create a difference, right? If you look at Whisper play football, he's a much more well-rounded player, and even though he's still learning his craft, but we're not seeing him playing against the highest competition either. He's playing in under 21 junior teams, so I want to see him play against tougher opponents, but he got a lot of ability, raw ability. The question how you translate that to be somebody who can transition to a higher level, which I think he would eventually, but in the next year or two, some of those other younger players are going to come through. Kadamarti may change some of that perspective too. I mean, most players who come into the national team, unless you're well known, don't get to start right away. He started right away.
Definitely not. But the question though is like the next round now, if Archer paper come through, him or Kadamarti, that's going to be very difficult because Archer actually brings a lot of experience and prior to, him playing in a Premier before, so,
Yeah, it's going to be interesting what happened. Well, I think Archer can play out wide too, my view, I think with his speed and how he plays, he can play out wide. Kadamarti to me is just a center forward. Some people say he can play a wing. I think he's a center forward. He's the size, the physicality, the brain. He's a center forward, and we should keep him the center forward to occupy two defenders. Then you can free up your 10, and you can probably free up your wingers because somebody has to get help, right? If you're going to play 2 against 1, then somebody's open someplace. So the hope is that, I mean, between Nicholson and Cadamarti and Warner Brown and Antonio, you have a lot of players.
Warner Brown, man. Who you say again? But you know, Cadamarti, I'm surprised, you know, because at to him at the same age and in size and everything, I know him still going to grow a little more. I'm surprised, you know, in the end up with England because him have the potential to me where could have make that the team then, you know what I mean? But it's like
I think that must be a family decision because I think his dad did his dad play for England? I know his dad played at a very high level.
Yeah, his dad played for England, yes.
Yeah, and he probably didn't have by the time he played, he probably didn't have the best experience. Trust me.
Yeah,
at that time,
a goal, definitely. But yeah, man, take some more calls.
Yeah, man, I appreciate the call. I appreciate the call you just said. Thanks. Man. Yeah. So Cadamarti. Wait. Let me say, Bailey Cadamarti. He played 2 games for England under 19 in 2024. 2 games for England under 20 in 2024. And obviously now he just played 1 game for us, right? Which they actually have recorded here, which is really interesting. That's quick. And he had he's at loan at Lincoln. They must like him actually because his stats is interesting. It's gonna be interesting to see going forward. He's only 20 years old. He's a baby. And it'll be interesting to see what happens going forward, given all the striking options that we have. If Antonio gets fit and start playing regular football, Nicholson, who looked good tonight and is running much better and looked like he's lost some weight. Cadamarti, who looks really, really good, but has been mentioned, he missed a few goals. It's going to be interesting how that works out. But if I go back to my analysis, so I thought Jamal Wade played well. I thought Greg Lee. So you know what we should do, people? Let's do some ratings, and then we'll close the stream down. Let's do some ratings. Tell me your ratings for the goalkeeper, Jamal Wade. What's your rating for Jamal Wade? I think I would give Jamal Wade a 7. We ain't gonna do no halves. I'm gonna give Jamal Wade a 7. What's your rating for Jamal Wade? Let's just give our ratings. I'm gonna give up my ratings too. What's your rating for Jamal Wade? Remember, they didn't score a goal, so I have to be very careful when you get his ratings. And you have to create based on the opponent, but also based on the scoreline. So I see 6, 7, 7. I'm gonna say a 7. Junior Lopez says 7. Issa says 7. Odell Lowe says 7. Flash says 6. Why Flash? Because he didn't have enough to do. He made a couple good saves. One mistake that he made didn't cost us. Well, it wasn't a speed. He was trying to punch the ball. He didn't need to come for it. Probably was bored in the goal. We only doing whole numbers, Issa. So 7 for, I think 7 the consensus for Jamal Wade. Let's go to center half. What do you give Damian Lowe? And by the way, he scored a goal. I'm gonna let you guys drop your score first, then I drop my score. And by the way, people, if you haven't hit the like button, please do so. Damian Lowe's grade. Damian scored a goal. We didn't give up any goal. What's your rating for Damian Lowe? He made 1 bad mistake with turnover, which almost cost us. But apart from that, he had a very good night. We're only using whole numbers. Godfrey said 6. Tuffy, only whole numbers. 7 or 8 you got to give. Godfrey says 6. Flash says 8. King Jeff says 7. Odell says 8. I think when I look at SoFA score, they didn't give anybody over 8, actually, I don't think. 8, he had 1 bad pass. Yes, he did. Low get 8. Eddie Guna says 9. Right. Oh, Eddie Guna, again, Guna, you're conflicted enough. Come see, when we look for your page there, let me see lower a big you up. But it's your grade, so can't beat it. And he did score. Tycoon says 8. Big head boy says 8. So I'm gonna give Lower 8. I'm gonna give Lower 8 for a couple of reasons. One is He was the captain. He played like one. 2, he marshaled the defense. He was very aggressive. I bet if you go look at his stats, he probably have full up the stats table. He scored a very good goal, and this was the first goal to keep the team sort of cool and more comfortable and alleviate some of the anxiety that they must feel, especially given all the injuries that we have had. He was always assured in the back. Made a few of his normal long passes. He was low tonight. The goal sort of rounded off. You have to give a point for the goal, you know. So if you normally give a 7 and he scored the first goal, you have to give him a point. So I'm gonna give him 8. I'm gonna give him 8. Godfrey said 4, not good for him. No, I mean, what did he do wrong? That'd be a good performance. The opportunities that Bermuda got, I don't think that was low actually. I think that was more of the midfield not cutting off some of those angles. So I'm gonna say toughest 7. I said that most of the grade for low probably average out to a 7.5, but we're not doing roundup. So Eddie, it's probably an 8 or a 7. It's hard to discern. Eddie gave a 9. Most people say 7 or 8. So I'm gonna grade on the curve and give low a 8, given all the gradings I see here. 8, 9, 7, 8, 7. We have one outlier who's Godfrey. Oh God, Godfrey must be in a prison. Richard King's grade. What do you give Richard King? People, you gotta remember, no matter what transpired, we still didn't give up a goal. So you have to take consideration when you think about grading defenders. Richard King. What do you grade for Richard King? Junior Lopez says 6. Igor probably says Trinidad Curacao 0-0. Conrad said 7. Big Head Boy says 6. Come on, people, drop the grades. If you drop the grades in the chat for King. If you haven't hit the like button, people, please do so. King 6, Flash says 6, Big Head says 6, Odell 7. Eagle probably says 8. Any other score for King? Says good to go out and support the boys, of course. 8 possibility plus living says 8. Any other score for King before I give my grade? Issa Allen says 7. Flash says 7. You need a grade? Tuffy says Trinidad making his subs until the 87 minutes. So I'm gonna give King a 7. Look, I think King is good on the ball. I mean, he made one. Both he and Lowe made really one bad mistake, unforced error that led to pressure on the defense and almost gave away a goal. But I would say for King, part of my problem with King's game is he did a good job with some of the long passes, but too many of them. Right? So either he needs to get his right back, his CDM, and his 8 or his 10 in position where he can get in the ball, but we can't keep going over the top all the time like he does. If you have Low on him back there, there are too many long balls. Now, I would admit that the midfield and the other players, even the forwards and the wingers, anymore the forwards, have to put themselves in position to get the ball, not just the defenders. But you can't keep just going long and putting pressure on yourself. So I'm going to give King a 7. Dexter, what's Dexter's grade? Dexter's grade, people. Let me see if I don't know football. What's the grade for Dexter? What you gotta give Dexter tonight? 9 for Dexter. 9, 8, 9. Odell says 9. King Jab says 9. Junior Lopez says 8. Flash says 7. 9.9 by Big Head Boy. 7 by Tougher Rudy. Michael says 9. Conrad says 8. Look, I think Dexter probably had his second best game for Jamaica. Maybe his best game was the game where he scored against Panama. Gray's injured. Dexter tonight was really doing a great job on the wing, especially offensively. Had some challenge with the player coming at him and not got enough help from the inside midfielder, who's Russell. But go watch the game. His crossing was very good. His overall play was very good. I got to check the possession stats, but I didn't see him lose a lot of balls. So I do think he had a very good game. He was man of the match on SofaScore. So I thought the cross that he made in the box, I thought he had a good game for the goal. I thought he had a very good goal. I think he had an assist. But defending was a little bit challenging. He had a good winger playing against him. He got worked over a few times, but you need some help, right? I think what he needs to do is be able to push the player down the line, force the player to go where you want him to go, not where you force it to go. But he was man of the match on SofaScore because I think offensively he was brilliant. Defensively, could have been a little bit better. But his offensive play was stellar. So I'm gonna give. Since I don't give rounded numbers, it probably would be a. You know what? I'm gonna give him an 8. Even though I think he's man of the match because I'm not giving anybody over 8. I think I'm gonna give him an 8. He didn't score, but he was very, very good. So we go into the midfield. What do you grade on Hayden? What's Hayden grade? So you've done the defenders. What's Hayden? What grade you guys giving Hayden, people? Come on. Throw the grades up there. What are you giving Hayden? By the way, I'm going to say this. Hayden doesn't have bad games for Jamaica. I don't see Hayden as a bad game for Jamaica. Maybe one could say the U.S. game in St. Louis, but it wasn't him. We just couldn't get the ball. I think in that game, he had an assist for a goal with Gray. He doesn't have bad games for Jamaica. He just doesn't. I mean, he's always in the right position most times. And it's not obvious to see it because we keep saying the midfield. But to me, the midfield is mainly the 8 and the 10 is not Hayden. What grades for Hayden, people? Lopez says 7. So we have Odell 8, King Jav. I forgot Greg Lee. Let me stop. Let me go back from. I'll do that after. I'll do it after. I thought I did Greg Lee first, actually. But if not, I'll do it after. I do Hayden. I'm gonna give Hayden an 8. I thought Hayden played really, really well. If you go back and watch the game, you'd be surprised all the things that he does. He was dropping in between the two center halves to sort of control the play. His passing is on point. So when he passes the ball, you're not turning back to get the ball and be missing your stride and then the defense recover. Really a smart player and a good player. Not as mobile as he used to be when he was at Arsenal. Just want to mention he was at Arsenal, people. That's why he's well taught and he plays that way. Very unselfish, very smart, very thoughtful. But no, he had a very good game. He had a very good game. So I'm gonna give him an 8. And most of the grades here are 7, 7.5, 8. You know what? I'm gonna balance out the score. We're not giving 0.5s, people, so we can't get 0.5. I think I see there are a lot of 8s and 9 before, but now it's mainly 7 I'm seeing. Odo says he cut off every play down the middle. Yeah, he does that really well. Devon Porter says most of King played long balls because he identifies one-on-one most of the time. That's just part of the game. Yeah, but Devon, you have to mix it up, Devon. Because you pass the ball over 40 yards, that's anybody's ball most times. Unless you're a Van Dyke type of passer. Zebev says 7. Big A said 8. I think 8 may run up to a 7.5. I'm going to give him an 8 and be generous tonight because we won 4-0. Greg Lee, what's the score on Greg Lee? And Greg Lee was playing a lot forward tonight, people. What is your grade on Greg Lee? He played a lot forward. People don't realize how forward he was playing. Almost like a wing back versus a traditional left back. Zebev says 7. Big Ed says, Odell says 6. Flash says 7. Junior Lopez says 7. Zebev says 7. Big Ed said 7. Odell says 6. Give me the grades for Greg Lee. King Jeff says 7. A lot of 7s for Greg. Micah says 5. Wow. I didn't see a 5 game from Greg Lee, to be honest. I sometimes wonder how we judge some of these players, actually. 5 is a tough. You win 4-0. The play overlap a lot. He contributed quite a bit. Didn't get enough help from Cephas. I still give him a 5. What is your score? Yes, we want to draw in that game. We don't want nobody to win that game. We want to draw. We want everybody else to draw every game. So if you win 3 and everybody else draw, you know, every time you draw, you lose 2 points. You know, yeah, think about it that way. Flash says 5 to look to row. Yeah, I think that's how you gotta look at it actually. 6 extra time. Yeah. Anybody look like scoring that game, Flash? Anybody look like scoring? People, not today, on a Friday. I'm not gonna work tomorrow, you know. I'm not gonna work tomorrow, now, so. And the couldn't fall asleep yet. And I just 9 and I think 10 o'clock yet. You know, someone will go party when I'm finish watch them stream, yeah. Someone says one's gonna draw. We need to draw, people. We need that game to draw. What else? So we had Hayden. What's the score for Russell? Russell first, then Palmer. What's the score for Russell? What score are you giving Russell, people? Drop your grades for Russell. So the defense got good score. Nobody got below a 7 in the defense. It's a Curacao can pass, but nothing else. It says 6. Odell says 5. Conrad said 6. Any other scores for Russell? They're supposed to score come next window, Sanjay. If they go to Jamaica to pick up their papers, supposed to come next window. Russell only played 1 half. Russell, he was on the field for both halves. Russell only played 1 half, 5. The Bev says 6. Russell only played 1 half. Michael says, Michael, just give somebody a 5, but that's 6. You're not just scoring no Michael. You just give somebody a 5 a while ago, they deserve no 5. Odell says 5 for Russell in changing score. Conrad says, in Russell we trust, and people say no, trust him because they're not giving no big score. Devon says, what I like when the center back split, Hayden dropped in his pocket and left the back. Yes. He did that really well tonight, actually. In fact, you couldn't even tell whether we were playing a 4-3-3 or we're playing a hybrid formation, which is we're playing, because Dexter was overlapping a lot, Greg Lee a lot. So we're playing 3 across because he was playing that deep. I think it's a strategy that they were exercising, actually, where Dexter overlapped quite a bit, playing high up the field along with Greg Lee. Russell then comes in between, especially offensively, and King go wide right and Low go wide, not as wide left, but wide left. He said 4-1-4-1. I don't think it was 4-1-4-1. No, it wasn't 4-1-4-1. It's probably like a, if you want to do it based on where people are situated, it looked like a 3-4-3 actually. With Dexter, almost like you're playing with wingbacks, but it wasn't really. Defensively, you're playing 4-3-3. Now, offensively, you're playing 3-4-3. We haven't gotten to the coach yet. So Russell is a 6. What about Palmer? And by the way, Palmer did score. I think it's 3-4-3. It's 3-4-3 offensively and 4-3-3 defensively. That's what I saw anyway. Though it says scrimmage with Conrad, so we have to play better from now on. If you set it up, some people of course and say we get 4-0 now. Why you expect to play better? But I don't disagree. Bermuda had too many opportunities. You know, Bermuda scored a couple goals against Honduras, and I'm playing Honduras really tough. So, but they lack some of the quality that's needed. Actually, they're gonna have a rough campaign. Junior Lopez, when we get that midfield fixed, will be. I don't disagree, but it ain't gonna get fixed. King Jack, so Palmer, Big Ed says 7. Junior Lopez, remember he scored people. You get a point for scoring. So, I thought he worked hard, by the way, which is something he doesn't do. And I was told that he doesn't expect to work this hard defensively, but I thought he put in a shift. Micah says 7. Flash G says 7. 3-5-2 defensively. Nah, I didn't think so. Hayden was coming up. Nah, we had Dexter back. We had Greg Lee back. I don't think it was 3-5-2, Devon. I can't agree. Actually, when we play defensively, we push Palmer up. exactly a 3-4-3 or a 3-3-4 defensively, at least in the first half, and then it got changed. Conrad said 7.5, Tycoon said 7. And he had a score for Palmer. Remember, he did score a very good goal, by the way. And he worked really hard. Even though the midfield still is a challenge for us. Still a challenge. The Bev says, all is forgot when you score and win. Yeah, well, winning does that, right? That's what winning is supposed to do. That's what winning is supposed to do. I'm going to give Palmer a 7. I can't give Russell a 6 and give Palmer a 6. I think Palmer scored a very good goal. Very excellent goal, actually. Holding off defense, going wide and putting the far corner well placed. He worked really hard in the first half. Still needing to more, but he made quite a bit of turnover trying to get by players, which sometimes is not needed. All right, the subtlety you need to create space for yourself sometimes, it makes it look difficult by trying to go by a player sometimes. Almost like not Cephas type, but sometimes, yeah. So the game is drawn. The game is over. That's the best result for Jamaica. I think Jamaica have a good night, you know. Very good night. Not good for Trinidad. You can't afford to draw at home. You got to win your home games. You have to win your home games. I see here final round, Trinidad 0. Trinidad made some changes. I didn't say the game is done. Devon said, yes, it's an excellent result. It is excellent result. Excellent result. Well, no cameraman's probably in his face. Sanjay says he needs somebody to come to midfield to push him to the level in a more consistent basis. Yeah, I would agree. Palmer's best game was against Cuba, even though we draw 0-0. He was doing all sort of stuff and they were working. Competition step up. People, if you haven't hit the like button, please do so. I appreciate it. And by the way, thanks for being here. We're going to close the stream down soon. It's been a long time. I've been here since 5 o'clock. It's now 10 o'clock. That means I've been on here for, apart from a half-hour break, 5 hours. That's way too long. So let's keep going. Let's go to Cephas on the left. What should be Cephas' grade be? Oh, you got a grade Cephas. Now, this is going to be an interesting grade, actually. He did score a banger. He scored a brilliant goal. Colin Quest. Hey, Mr. People. If everybody would like Colin Quest, we got to do YouTube fit good enough. Colin Quest, appreciate the super chat. Always contribute to the channel. Appreciate it, Colin Quest. Thanks a lot for the super chat, sir. Appreciate it. So Cephas grade. King Jav said 5 even the goal. Zebev says 7. Big Head Boy says 1 for scoring. Odell says 6 on respect. Oh Lord, you guys are beating Cephas. Sanjay says 7. Any other score for Cephas before I give my grade? I would love to see what Cephas turnover stats are. And I should have probably pulled it up, but decided not to. Amen says, Trinidad looks poor. Curacao with all your recruits look ordinary. Yeah, it's interesting. But the competition does that sometime, right? Thank you, Colin. Appreciate it, sir. Appreciate the compliments. 6.5 to Conrad. Eagle Public says 4 plus 1 for the goal. Big Head Boy says if she was smarter play, we would be 6-0 or more. Yeah. Curacao and Trinidad have no midfield. I don't want us to get overconfident, people. After Trinidad game, we can't talk. Right now, and Trinidad game's at home too. I said, JFF throw out something with a 0-0 thing. I said, you mean like ping me get people? JFF throw something out, you know. The Reggae Boyz will depart Bermuda on Saturday morning and are stayed to arrive in Jamaica at 1:11 a.m. And then throw out something with Trinidad. The other group game, Trinidad 0-0 with Curacao. So Jamaica, I watch the game intently. Let me just say this, people. For those of you who may watch my channel overseas, and if you play football and you can make the Reggae Boyz team, you're one of those people in the Premier League or Championship, you don't want to go World Cup. You don't want to go World Cup. Let me tell you something. Come in now, because we're not carrying on baggage with we got to reach. If you don't want to come now, we're not carry it, we're not bringing other people. The people who work hard to get there, then we are used. I suggest you come in the next window. Get your people and come in the next window. Right? Because Trinidad, Jamaica, Curacao help Jamaica immensely. We can see the light, but we still need to play about 3 or 4 games before we start feel good about the whole thing. It just says Jamaica watch a game and I say match draw. I gave Cephas a 6. And I struggled to give him a 6. Scored a brilliant goal. But if you go watch Cephas play, his decision making, as everyone has said, so I'm not going to keep on harping on it, is not good. He also stops the ball quite a bit. He also turns back when he should go forward. I remember in the first half, he had a ball where just Lowe gave him a nice ball, give him a 1-2, and then Lowe is behind the defense, got to go scramble, and he turned the ball back. And the 1-2 was the easier play. And so his decision making, look, Cephas could be a brilliant footballer, seriously. When you have speed like that and a certain level of skill, and he does have a certain level of skill, especially his cutback, you should be putting fear in defenses. Fear. Those long balls should be going to you, and it doesn't happen. So, yeah, disappointing for Cephas. Smith says, Kranky, it's not you picking the team. No Arsenal, man. Thank God. Well, you know Hayden used to play at Arsenal, right? Big Goom Hayden. He went to Newcastle after leaving us. He was a centre-back at Arsenal. Went to Newcastle, they made him a centre-half. So you have an Arsenal man in the team, and probably the most important player in the team is an Arsenal man. Just because once you're Arsenal man, Conrad, you're always an Arsenal man. Just remember that. Yeah. I'm not sure you're going to learn it. It's too late now for Cephas to learn that. Just got to play. Someone said, Jamar Clark is trying to jump through the Reggae Boyz Utah bus with... Well, Jamar Clark or well, let me just say this about Jamar Clark, though. If you're going to go in Jamaica and tear up the league, and we're playing locally born players, like we know who the players are, then, and he's scoring regularly, then he has to be considered, right? Regardless of where he was born. Just saying. Gaming says that selfishness not gonna broke out of him, Kranky, because the coach make him accountable. Cephas like a child. Yeah, the coach likes Cephas a lot, by the way. Likes Cephas a lot. So we'll see. No, Jamar Campbell doing well in Jamaica. He said he wants to be in the national team. I think I saw him in an interview. So you never know. Yeah, and sometimes he's on the ball and the referee, sometimes they'll give him the call, right? Then he put pressure on his defense. You mean Trinidad got the draw? Curacao got the draw. Trinidad was at home. You don't get draw at home. You should be winning at home. He's not locally born. I won't say that loud. He's not locally born, Sanjay Brooks. Don't say that. Yeah. Well, no, that's not the true actor. Sterling doesn't want to leave London. People don't realize that. It's Sterling who doesn't want to leave London. Sterling wants to be in London. That's why he went back to Chelsea from Manchester City. His family's in London. He doesn't want. He's from London. He doesn't want to go live in Europe someplace. That's him. And he's making $350. Why would he care? Now he's a little bit young to retire, but he's making $350 a week, and he's got 2 years left in his contract. He ain't going nowhere. Nobody can pay $350 a week. Nobody paying $350 a week. You have to go Man City. Not even Arsenal ain't paying nobody $350. Or Ice Pay players what? It was Havertz at $280 something. Nah, there's not a lot of people making $3 something a week. I'm very surprised you're just calling me. You must have been running a stream.
I'm just calling to Cephas, nothing else, right?
Okay.
Jamaica need to pray for Cephas.
Pray for Cephas. Is he sick?
Well, sick in the head. Kranky. You see, I credit Cephas for scoring the goal, right?
It's a brilliant goal, by the way.
And I hear a lot of people cursing because he didn't pass the ball. But listen, you see, even though he has a tendency to not pass the ball, at the end of the day, it's a competitive environment and players want to score. They want to. When you score, it reflects on you in a sense. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And in that moment, he took the shot. Luckily, it scored, and we just have to move on from it, right? People say, oh, you should have passed the ball, whatever. In some cases, maybe if he did pass it and somebody else missed them, but I say, why never shoot? You know? So I credit him for scoring. But there was a moment in the game where Cephas had the ball. I think there were like 2 defenders on Cephas. Somebody gave him an option to pass, and Cephas go to the touchline. And I think like they ended up foul him or something like that, right? And those are situations in the game that just make us as fans very frustrated with how Cephas plays. And we see it in other moments of the game where, he just doesn't do the right thing in a sense. But I think when you look at certain players like Cephas, I think they're slightly they're more pros than cons in a sense. And on his day, when he gets it right, it benefits the team. And I think attacking wise, as frustrating as Cephas can be, if you look at the last couple of games for Jamaica, maybe in the last 10 games, I would say, going back as far as the World Cup qualifying games against Denmark and those teams, in some slight sense, Cephas has been almost positive attacking player, despite him being frustrating, right?
Cephas should be a brilliant footballer. I'm dead serious about that. Cephas should be look, when you have that kind of speed, you can't teach that speed. And you can stop and go, and you can cut the ball of people. So he doesn't only run fast, you can beat a man. He should be a brilliant footballer if he knew how to play football.
Yeah, but, that comes down to how he was developed. And I don't want to say it's a bit too late. I mean, it's a bit too late to some extent.
I don't think it's too late. I think you have to force a player to do something. It's like you have a kid. Like, you know what? Like I have a kid here who don't want to study. So and he got 2 phones. So you know what? You're gonna look at those phones and wish you touched them. And then and then I go in this room, he's studying because you know what? You ain't getting those phones back. Put your ass on the bench. Put you on the bench.
He has to know what he wants in life in terms of if he wants to improve, which I think he probably wants to improve, right?
Yeah.
But it's just a frustrating figure. But big up to Billy Kadamantri. I know that there was a big backlash in terms of the whole situation with him. But listen,
no, not a big backlash. You have some YouTuber go out there and run off their mouth. And I said the player shouldn't play for Jamaica. That's asinine. And that's not right. And I don't normally call out YouTubers, but that's nonsense. You go in out there for a 20-year-old because he make a decision to play for England, can play for us. You don't want him in your team. Who are you? Like, really? He's 20. And frankly, you didn't support him when he wanted to come the first time. And then you can go out there, you have an influence, you can go out there and say you don't want him in your team, and you go make a whole that's ridiculous.
But listen, me don't want Mount in my team either,
You don't want what?
Mount. But I think, hey, let me tell you.
That's different though. That's different. You're talking about your club team, and you talk about season player, right? You can't want a player because of ability. This wasn't about the player's ability. It's about the decision the player made, which I thought was ridiculous.
I was talking to Jason Gunnar before the game, like in the week leading up to the game, and I was saying to Jason, like, I've never watched Bailey before, and Jason saying like, what you mean, like 2 games or whatever. And, Jason was lauding him and whatever the case is. So like, seeing that this was my first game, watching him, you see when the goal were missed, when like him take the touch and then go around the keeper or whatever the case is.
Yeah.
Even though he missed, I was like, yeah, it's a ball of this. Like certain movements in certain players, I can just tell say they are special. Not to say that he's world class or anything, but just certain stuff that players do Kranky. They can tell that this guy is definitely one for the future.
Oh no, he's quality. I mean, when you see a player run a channel like he does, bully defenders, control is impeccable, his link up play is good. He understands when he heads the ball and just don't head the ball wild and just head it anywhere. He's trying to find his teammate. He has all the attributes. I don't care who you're playing against. Those attributes are what they are. Now, tougher competition gonna make your life more tough, but he also has the size to hold off defenders. Ain't no one defender gonna mark him.
But big up to the Reggae Boyz and big up to the fans.
Yeah,
until next time, Kranky.
Yeah, man. Bless up.
Tuesday.
Yep. That's up. So I'm sure his father taught him how to play because his father, I'm sure he probably was involved in his life doing some of those things. He's a big-time footballer, so yeah. Because Cardi and Campbell are quality young players. Yeah, Campbell plays smart too. And that's where the difference kind of shows up, right? Campbell plays smart. He's gonna make the play that's in front of him. He's not gonna try to do more than he needs to do. Right? He's gonna make the play in front of him. Gaming says, me watch football over the years and Keith has the most self-training. Never seem to self-center too much and him reach it. Kranky, we need to broke that there. Yeah, the bench does that to people, people. If I tell you to pass the ball and you don't, okay, let me get the rest of the grade. So Cephas, I give a 6. Campbell, what's Campbell's grade, people? Campbell's grade. Sorry, got that distracted. Campbell's grade. Let me finish off all the grades. What's Campbell's grade? Drop Campbell's grade in the chat, people. Big S says 8. Conrad says 7. Odell says 8. Ikari says 7. Campbell 8. Campbell 7.5. We're not doing 0.5s. We gotta be brave. We gotta be brave. Sanjay, go 8 or 7, Sanjay. Sherman Scott says 5. Wow. King J says 9. Flash says 7. Michael says 7. Any other grade for Campbell before I give my grade? Those of you who are here, you know, late people have been on the stream for about 5 hours. So please hit the like button. Show some appreciation. Please hit the like button. Eddie Guna says 6. What Guna, where you give CFAS? Guna, where you give CFAS? I'm curious. Where you give CFAS? Amen says 7, much better than Dixon. I thought he linked up well with Dixon, actually. Sanjay says 8. Knowledge says 7. So my score is I'm going to give Campbell a 7. I thought he played well. I thought he could be more involved in the game. I think what I like about his game is that he does help defensively and offensively. I thought he's trying to get acclimated to this region, right? And he's trying to find his feet. And also, when you get a start, you don't want to make a lot of mistakes. So he's probably playing a little bit safe. But I love his decision making. If I was giving halves, I'd probably give him a 7.5. I thought he played well and played within himself. Didn't overdo it. But I do need my winger to go by the defender that's playing against you. You got to do that as a winger, right? That's part of what your job requirement is. Because when you go by somebody, you're creating more opportunities for others. You're creating mismatches. You're creating double teams, which free up others. You got to put pressure on the defense. So I think he needs to do more of that. I'm not sure that's part of his game either, to be honest. He does score some good goals for his club. But I gave Cephas a 6 and I gave him a 7. Good night. Hello.
I was able to watch the first half.
What am I speaking to?
Eco Reeks.
Yeah, Eco, go ahead.
Yeah, man. So I was able to watch the first half.
You know, watch the second half?
No, I had something to do at that time, but I was able to watch the first half.
What's more important than watching Jamaica play? What's more important than Jamaica playing football? Unless somebody died or something, which I hope didn't happen.
No, man. It is an aspect of. I'm saying.
You don't have to explain. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Nah, good. Cool. Yeah, man. So, I watched the first half, and aside from that goal, from Cephas, lad, Cephas need to understand that he has 10 teammates. Well, 9 outfit. Cephas is selfish, you know. He has this burst of speed, which is good. And aside from that goal, I would give him if it wasn't for the goal, I would give him a 5.
I would agree. In fact, he may struggle to get a 5 given how he played. He turned the ball quite a bit for no reason.
It was woeful.
But the goal was a brilliant goal.
Yeah, it was. It was a well taken goal. Where's our players? I saw glimpses of what Bailey can do well. Kadamari, Bailey.
Yeah.
Yes, him. Very good number 9. I honestly, I think he plays a bit like Borrell. They always find the pockets. They always find himself in some place to for the ball. I watched Borrell in the Unity Cup.
Right.
And their game are kind of somewhat similar. What I also realized, the goalkeeper, Jamal Waite, is really good with his feet.
Yeah, he's always good with his feet. Yeah, he's been good with his feet. Yeah,
he's good with his feet. Not a good shot stopper.
Or we think he's good because Blake is not good with his feet. He's good with his feet. Yeah, he's good with his feet. He's good with his feet.
Yeah,
I've always said that actually. So wait, you think he's not a good shot stopper? I think he is. I think it was a good shot. You know, that shot was fear shot. You know, from the 18. Yeah. That was a fear shot actually, and it bounced. So I'm not gonna blame him. He did recover, but I think he made one bad decision. But that was about it.
Yeah, I would. Yeah, true. The midfield again. I don't know, but I will just say I don't think Jamaica has a midfield.
Jamaica what?
I don't think Jamaica has a midfield. I'll really play with them.
What do you mean they don't have a midfield? They have a midfield. They may not be playing well, but they have a midfield. I think people gotta be careful with that statement. You know why? Because Hayden is a good player. Now his 2 supporting players don't play as well. Hayden is a good player. Hayden hasn't had a bad game for Jamaica yet, you know.
True. Russell was a bit lost.
He was lost. It was lost in the first half. The entire first half, he was lost. Second half, he got better.
His first half, I was wondering if he was on the field. Honestly, I was wondering if he was on the field.
Yeah.
I think Jamaica's best midfield right now would maybe be Hayden, Russell, and Bobby. That midfield.
I agree.
Yeah, that's our best midfield right now.
Yeah, no, I agree.
Yeah, but I don't understand the Ravel thing. Ravel is a better option than Anglin for me.
Well, I don't think they want Ravel in the team because I think part of the problem they face, if Ravel comes, then Ravel wants to play, right? And if Ravel doesn't play, it may not go well. So they want people going to be passive, very passive and buy into the program. I assume Ravel wouldn't buy in if he doesn't play and believe he's better than the players who are there.
Yeah, but I mean, Kranky, what the first half I watched, it just show me that we have competition for players.
Yeah, we do have. Well, if we have 10 players out, 8 starters, and we go with 20-something people, and we beat the team 4-0, and as we look at this team, most of these players are very seasoned in the team, apart from the Catamarches of the world and Campbell's. Then, yeah, it's going to be competition for places.
Yeah, and the sad thing about it is, if we have the Grays of the world and the Baileys of the world coming back in September, then you might see some of these players who start.
You mean October?
October. Jesus.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. I think there are going to be some problems, to be honest. I don't think all the fans are going to support certain players coming back in the team, just walking in. Especially if we beat Trinidad, I'm telling you, you're going to have some dissension in the fan base about who should play. If we beat Trinidad and it's a decent win, I'm telling you, it won't be that easy to say, you know what, all the players just walk back in the team and they guarantee the spot. And the coach may also challenge to make good decisions.
And Greg Lee didn't play bad tonight, to be honest.
Well, the level of competition, we got to be very careful about who we played. So let's wait after Trinidad game to really judge the team, to be honest.
Yeah. It was Bermuda.
The Trinidad game is going to be the barometer, because if we can be convincing against Trinidad, then obviously we got to go to people's house to play. We got to go to Trinidad. We got to go to Curacao. But if we can be convincing against Trinidad, and next window, we're going to have more support in the team, even though, frankly, the more support hasn't worked really well recently, then we should be in a better place.
Yeah, let's see. But, I mean, Kranky, you're tired. So I'm just going to shut up now.
Yeah, man. Thanks, Iko. Thanks for the call, though. Thanks for the call.
Blessings.
All right, bless. So let's finish out the grading, people. So I gave Campbell a 7. So this is the most interesting grade of the night. What's the grade for Bailey Catamarchi? We have heard the good compliments, but we also heard some of the criticism about how many chances he missed. He missed an open goal. He missed one where he got the pass to the edge of the box and he tried a one-time shot versus playing it in. He did hit the upright. I think he created that by himself. Because you got to think about the one upright, he created that. The one he missed with the open goal, he created that. This wasn't created for him. He created that, creating space, beating a man. So what grade are you going to give him? Wow. Name Brand says 8. Lord says 8.5. Odell says 8. Mission True Spirit says 7. No, I'll get beaten, I'll get beaten. Micah says 8. Knowledge Man says 8. Ikari Conrad says 7. Ikari says 8. Happy, wait. Why Happy Man happy? Happy said 9. Happy look like Urka. Urka, picture that. Clayton Mirage says 8. Hey, Clayton, where's it, Clayton? Said no less than 7.5. So I'm gonna get beaten, people. I'm gonna give my grade and get beaten. Brains said 9. So I give him a 7. And you guys are gonna be like, what are you talking about, Kranky? So I thought he was very, very good, but I'm sorry. You're a center. I don't care if you're 5 or you're 20, you're center forward. If you're gonna get those chances, you gotta score them. You played brilliantly in the open field where you don't score. You're a center forward. It's like a goalkeeper who's great with his feet and do all these things great, but didn't put the ball, but don't stop the goal. Gotta get some deduction for that. So I'm gonna give him a 7. I'll give him a 7.5, but I don't give no half score. I'm gonna give him a 7. No, I'm not changing my grade and give him a 7. Because he missed the open goal. What are you talking about? He didn't score. He missed the open goal and we scored 4. And he's a center forward. He played about 70 minutes. No, I'm giving him a 7. I love the player. I'll be honest. I love the player. I see everything that we've been looking for in a forward. Got speed, mobility, physicality, awareness, run the channels really well, can hold off defenders, good in the air, great control. We got to put the ball in the net. We got to put the ball in the net. I'm sorry. All with those attributes, which are wonderful and we love it, your job is to score. It's like a coach. Your job is to win. So your team play brilliantly. They possess the ball. They have the team in their box, and you lose. You lose the grade. So I'm going to give him a 7. But I love the player. And at 20, we should get excited. We should get excited. At 20, big, strong, can only get better. I think whoever's playing center forward for Jamaica should be concerned about their jobs. All right? Should be concerned about their job. No, I don't think he's shy. I think he just 7-2 low. No, you can't be a center forward and miss chance. And look, if he was center forward and he didn't get any chance, but he played brilliant, he had assists, I can't give him a 7. You miss an open goal. That's 1 deduction. You missed 2. That's 1.5. You missed 3. That's 2. That take it on to 8. So that means I would give you a 9. No, it's a 7. It's a 7. It's a 7. He played like a 9. Number 9 and score 9. He didn't put the ball in the net. Sorry, I can't do that. Let's go to the subs. So let's go to Holgate. We'll go defense and go up, right? Score for Holgate. What's the score for Holgate, people? He didn't play that long. Any score for Holgate? Holgate came in for low, I think it was, yes. Junior says 6, 7, 8, 6 for Holgate. Not much to do. Yeah, I think he was on the field long enough. He looked good, though, but he wasn't on the field long enough. It's going to be interesting what the coach picked for the next game. Clayton says 7. Happy Man says 7. Sanjay says 7. Conrad says 6. So I'm gonna do this quickly. I'm gonna give Holgate a 6. He didn't do anything wrong, by the way, and he looked very composed, but not enough time, and wasn't under any pressure at all when he came on. Let's go to K. Roy. Score for K. Roy. K. Roy Anderson. What's the score for K. Roy? Let me get K. Roy score, people. I got about 10 more minutes left on the stream. I'm starting to get tired. Can't handle these things anymore. Lopez says 6. Sanjay 6. Odell 7. Happy Man 8. K. Roy 5. Flash says 7. Aim Henry says 7. Any other score for K. Roy? Before I drop my grade. Would I start the same team? I got to think about it. By the way, Bermuda got chances, people, especially between the lines. They should have scored these 2 tonight. That one player played wide from the left-hand side. He should have scored that. Zabev says 7. I'm going to give K-Roy a 6. I think he looked assured, by the way, in the midfield. You know, K-Roy and Lembakisa, I interviewed them once on another channel. They're the nicest kids, I'm telling you. If you have sons, then kids, you want to talk to your son, your daughter. If you have son, you want to be your son. And they're just, and Lembakisa is extremely religious. I don't know my view on religion, but just the nicest kids. And I interviewed them about a couple years ago. Nicest kids. I like K-Roy a lot, actually. I'm going to give him a 6, though. Didn't have enough time to do a lot. Who else? Dixon. Score for Dixon, people. Score for Dixon. I know Dixon divides opinion. And even yours truly sometimes call out how sometimes he's in the team over certain players. But what's the score for Dixon? Odell said them scored him 2. We still went 7-2. That's probably true, Odell. Katamari should have scored 3. So 6, 5, 6, 5, 8, 5. I don't know if we get 8 for Dixon. He didn't pay long enough to make 8. 7 for court run. 6, 5, 5, 6, 5, 8. I'm gonna give Dixon a 6. It would have been like a 6.5 and give halves. No, I thought look, Dixon doesn't have bad games. I'm sorry, he doesn't have bad games. He may not have great games. He just doesn't have bad games. I like Dixon, even though sometimes you may hear me critique because I think sometimes he gets in the team. I don't understand how he gets in the team. But he puts in a shift, the offensive and defensively. So I'm going to give him a 6. Thought he did well. Who else came on? We had Webster. What you thought of Webster? He didn't play long. I thought it was Cephas. Anyway, what you thought of Webster? What you thought of Webster when he came on? I'm saving one of the best for last. What you thought of Webster? I'm going to go for... what you thought of Webster, people? Was it Dixon 5... Dixon 6, a lot of 6 for Dixon, which I think is a fair square. Webster 6, Clayton says Webster 7. Clayton, you're like, give nice score. Not a bad decision anyway. Junior Lopez says 5. Game said from those minutes, Dixon will take a time up his mental from Boza from Wadi and play for Jamaica. I'm not know if not want to see it. No, I think he works hard. Webster 2 for showing up. He did get an assist, though. He's right. He got an assist for Nicholson goals. They got an assist. Cutting Webb says 6.5. Nolly says 6. I actually think Webster looked like to me somebody with ability, even though I think he has some CFAS in him. But it's too early to judge. So I'm going to give him a 5. I'm going to give him a 6 because he had the assist. It would be a 5. But he did have an assist on the corner. So I'm going to give him a 6, but to be honest, it's a 5 play. He's gonna make better decisions, quicker decisions. But I didn't remember seeing him play that much. I watched some stuff on YouTube. He looks like a decent player. But I thought he was a left back actually. I don't know he's a winger. So we need to adjust this team going forward. I don't know. The coach have a tough decision. You have a winning team. Do you sub at the same team or you make some changes? So 2 more grades. What do you think about Nicholson's grade? Shamar's grade. Didn't play long. Came in about what? 15, 20 minutes? When Bailey came up, what do you thought about Shamar? Shamar's grade. Let me know your thoughts on Shamar, people. We have 2 more to go. Shamar's grade. 6. Wait, who not get grade? Shamar not get 5 and 6? Shamar 8. Big Ed said, I think that's going to be the midfield going forward, actually, Big Ed. Well, no Ravel. Hayden, Bobby, and probably Russell, actually. I don't think Ravel is going to be playing. That would be a much better midfield, though. I agree with that midfield. 2 workhorse and a creator. Henry says, Big Ed says 6. Aim Henry says 6. Clayton says 7. Shamar 7.5. Shamar 7. Shamar 7. Shamar 7. Shamar 7. Said looks unfit. No, actually, I don't think he looks unfit at all. I think he looks fit. You should have seen him in the Copa when he touched the ball twice in the first half. Yeah, I gave Shamar 7. He scored a brilliant goal, by the way. That header, keeper had no chance. I don't care what keeper could have said that. Brilliant header. I would have given him a 7.5, but I'm not giving any half scores. Brilliant header. But he didn't get a lot of touches of the ball, but that goal was worth the price of admission. It wasn't a shot, it was a header. Robert's not playing because they're not picking him. Last grade. Last but not least, the coach. Grade for the coach. How do you guys grade the coach? What grade would you give to the coach, everyone? Give me a grade for the coach. This is the last. I'm not grading the referee. I don't grade CONCACAF referees because none of them are good. Sanjay says 8. Coach 8. 7.5. Remember, the coach won 4-0, people. Oh, Lord have mercy. You get 4. That must be a joke grade. What do you mean 4? You won 4-0 is 4? Flash says 7. Junior Lopez 7. Drummond says 8. He picked a sensible team. Cephas. What are you going to play on the wing? You're going to play Cephas? Yes, Conrad. He's doing a lot of stuff. No, I didn't notice that, Gaming. Clayton says 8. We're not. Rudolph is the coach. But you know what? Hey, me tell something. I said this before to people. I said, a while ago, you know. You see, Jamaica qualify for the World Cup, you know we're getting enough of the prayers, right? You don't know we're going to get enough of the prayers. You know, we don't know what I'm going to do. But, hey, I tell the people, if Jamaica qualify for the World Cup, we don't know who we're getting enough of the prayers. I tell you that right now. And you will qualify. And we know if we're not going to World Cup, you know, we're not getting no blame. No, I think I give Mac a 7 today. He was into it. He was into it. And here's why I think it should be a 7 or 8. You won 4-0. You didn't play as great as wanted to play, but you won. That's the most important thing. And you won away from home. And you won on foreign and opponent soil. But picking Katamarti was a big decision, actually. Think about Warner Brown. I mean, yeah, Warner and Nicholas and all those players. And even Antonio, who didn't get off the bench. That's a big decision. And he benched Antonio, too. Didn't put him on for 5 minutes or nothing. Even though Antonio's playing, trying to get himself in shape. The Katamarti decision is a big decision. And he made it. He made the decision. No matter what anybody wants to say, it's because that's not Rudolph's decision. Because Rudolph don't know him that well. Trust me. That is the coach's decision. I've been told the coach liked him from a long time. I was told by a reliable source the coach liked him from a long, long time. I wonder if he was going to start him, but I was told the coach, tell him saying if you get fit, coach, watch him, like him. So I guess I can't be the coach about not want to bring in any young player because I was told the coach liked him from a long time, want to bring him in, but he wasn't fit and he was injured. And I'm glad the kid decided to come and not be discouraged. Give him a try transpire with Algrimson. And it's a good decision to bring him here. And also, you know what? I'm going to coach at 8. I'm giving the coach at 8. We played on foreign soil. We beat a team that has done decent in this tournament. The coach is missing about 8 to 10 players and a lot of regular starters. You know, a lot of people who play here around the team. One convincingly, his press conference subsequent to the game was spot on in terms of some of the things that he observed and what he saw, what he liked and didn't like. He mentioned the players he liked. He mentioned the fact that we didn't have enough possession. He mentioned we can do better, but he also lauded what we did really well. He was balanced. So, yeah. I can't grade the advisor because I have no insight into what the advisor does. It would be foolhardy of me to grade the advisor. I have no idea if the advisor is like the technical director of Jamaica's football. If he is, then he'll do nothing. If he's contributing to the conversation, if he's in the meetings, if he's providing his insight, then... But I don't know what he does, and I can't see it. I can only grade what I can see. So I can't grade the advisor. And his substitution pattern, yes, great point, Flash. Because I mentioned that on the stream. Him making the substitution, I thought the one substitution he missed, to me, was Hayden. I thought when Hayden got the yellow, should took him out, because we can't afford to lose Hayden for the Trinidad game. And even though Hayden can also get, even though Hayden plays well with a yellow card, he doesn't really get reds. But the mistake can happen, right? You could run over somebody's back or you trip them because they're getting away and go. But he got the other subs. He took out Lowe. He took out a bunch of people real early. He took out Katamari and put Nicholson in. His subs works out well. He took out Palmer pretty early enough and bringing people like K-Roy. So now he deserves an 8. He deserves an 8. When you got to give credit where credit is due. He deserves an 8. Senator said, Coach Short series the press conference tonight. Didn't sound seen as per usual. He sounded focused. Nah, he deserves an 8. So people, that's the stream, you know. It's been a long stream. We started at 5:05 this evening. It's now 10:38. That means I've been here, apart from the half-hour break, basically 5 hours. Long time. And you've been with me. A lot of you have been with me. So first of all, thanks a ton for staying with me tonight. I appreciate you being here. It's not taken for granted. Before you leave, if you haven't done so, please hit the like button. If you haven't subscribed, you're now past the 3,500 number, which I'm pleased about. I'm trying to get to the 4,000 number, so help me get there. If you haven't done so, please go to my other channel. Well, there's 3 things I want you to do for me if you haven't done yet. I just drop in the chat my website, right? That's my website. Go there and sign up, people. I try to build up the number. I haven't done any articles in the last week, I think it is, but I must go back online and do some articles. So that's my website. Please sign up for the website. Second is important. I have another channel called Balanced Views. I'm trying to bifurcate and try to keep them in their area, which is do sports on Kranky Live and do everything else that I like to do, whether it's talking about religion or criminal justice or immigration. I did drop an immigration video, by the way. So if you're in the US about marriage and some of the new marriage requirements, I did drop that. So go watch that video and sign up for my other channel, Balanced Views. I'm going to put them up, people. So you can't see them, I put them up. Because somebody asked me this evening what the channel was because they want to join it. So it's Balanced Views. And actually doing the part of the show tonight on Balanced Views, simultaneous, is Balanced Views. Wait, why this thing now? This. So please go sign up for it. Third, I just dropped a video today on track and field, making prediction for the World Championship, 100 meters for men. I didn't do the women yet. Please go. Well, I probably may not do the women because I don't think we have a chance to win the women. But I dropped one for the men. I spent a lot of time doing that video, so go sign up for the video. Go watch a video, people. Watch a video. I think it's a good video. You know what? Watch a video and drop comments in the link about the video. Whether you like the video, what you like about the video. Because I spent some time doing that. Quite a bit of time doing that video. So support me on that video. See what I'm saying? Appreciate it. Steve R. Rudolph Mack. They both wanted to say nowadays. They're both there. Flash. Thanks, Flash. I appreciate the compliment. Truly appreciate it. So everyone, thanks for being here. I appreciate being here. Please sign up for the website. Please sign up for Balanced View. Please go watch the videos. Both the one on marriage. The one you don't have to want to watch both the God thing, because no fun don't like them thing there. Watch the one on marriage and the one on yeah, no video. Watch the one on track and field. I really like that video actually. Spend some time doing it. SSNA means Sports Social News Network. So it's an acronym for that. That means it's to cover everything. That's what it is. And I did have an article about the election, but not but prior to the election. I have some articles on Guyana, situation with oil in Guyana, getting robbed by Exxon, frankly. I have a lot of Trump articles. I have a lot of articles about different things. Someone investing. So go to the website, people, and sign up for the website. I need to get traffic to the website, so please go sign up. I must try to do a number of articles in the next week. I've been really busy. But this video took longer than I thought it would. But thanks for being here. I appreciate being here. And I will try to come back. Well, we're going to be back here for a pre-game show probably Monday, and then the Trinidad game Tuesday. That's a big game, people. Big game. Big game. So let's all be happy to see the team make us happy this weekend. Go in the JFF side, wherever the players are. Show them some love, people. Show them some love. Because everybody wants to be praised. Everyone want to be lauded. Everyone want to feel good about themselves. So compliment when they deserve the compliment, because I'm not afraid to beat them when they get beaten, right? Compliment them. And I will see you when I see you. Flash says must win. It's not a must win, but we should try. We should win. We should make sure we win. But it's not must. There's no must yet. Especially when Curacao draw with Trinidad, there ain't no must anymore. If we draw, it's not the worst end of the world, but we don't want to draw. We want to be comfortable going into the fourth game in the October window. That if we win that fourth game, we're through. That's what we need to do. And last but not least, and I'll mention this later on next week, please, if you're in Jamaica or you're going on from the US, kind of, I know we're going to go vote, please support the team, people. Please support the team. Don't say you're not going to vote with Jamaica, you're not going to stadium, the traffic too much. No. If you make the office impregnable, if you make the office like it was in 98, trust me, that will flip. Nobody like to play football in an empty stadium. I when nobody now say nothing. I already crowd this a moon. Go and support the team. Right? Support the team. They'll appreciate the support. And if you like Cadamarty and the way he's been playing, I'm sure he want to come home to Jamaica and show his stuff. Support the team. Support the players. All right, people? Thanks for being here. Appreciate you being here. And maybe I'll go out with my I'm gonna go out with my my normal. Maybe I have my outro. Yeah, I'm gonna do my outro tonight, actually, since I haven't done my outro in a while. All right, people. Peace out. Good night. Kranky Life is the best to be now. For the best sports talk, and it's free, yo. Kranky Life. Be your guiding light by keeping you informed both day and night. Kranky Life. Till then, Kranky life. Heed them. Kranky life. Want them. Kranky life. From the coast to the field, we'll never lose because Kranky has the hottest news. With expert analysis, we break it down. Our in-depth coverage is best in town. Kranky life. Feel them. Kranky life. Heed them. Kranky life. Want them. Kranky life. Kranky life where the sports is spicy and where we keep the discussion lively. Kranky life. Get to know the name because Kranky analysis is never lame. Kranky life. Give me my Kranky life. I want my Kranky life. Must have my Kranky life. Whether it's football or track and field, you know Kranky is at the wheel. So join the journey through victory and defeat and subscribe and don't miss a beat of Kranky life. Tell them Kranky life. Heed them Kranky life. Want them Kranky life. If you're from England or USA, from Kingston or Bombay, from Kenya or Canada, Lagos or Havana, visit Kranky life. Tune into Kranky life. Like up Kranky life. Subscribe to Kranky life. Kranky life. Coming to you on weekdays. Kranky life sometimes on Sundays. Pull up a chair and take a seat because Kranky will always bring the heat. Kranky life. Me say fi tell them Kranky life. Me say fi heed them Kranky life. On them Kranky life. Kranky life will be around. Kranky life is the best in town. Me say fi heed them. Me say fi want them. Me say fi heed them. Want them, heed them, want them. Kranky life. Kranky life. Heed them, want them, heed them, want them. Kranky life. Kranky life. Heed them, want them, heed them, want them, heed them, want them. Kranky life. Kranky life. Kranky. Heed them, want them, heed them, want them, heed, want, heed them.